If you think tutorials are the only way to really grow on YouTube, I want you to think again, and we're gonna break down 10 different types of videos that you can make on YouTube as a business owner, as a creator, to help grow your business that have nothing to do with being a tutorial or a how-to type of video. These are creative, engaging video ideas that can help boost your reach in search, browse, and also nurture your warm audience. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first main section here that I really want to cover is trending and opinion-based content. And so the first one is basically to share an industry hot take that you have on a trending topic. So think about what's a topic in your industry that's going around that's sort of trending right now, and what's your hot take on that, or what's your stance on that, and really share that in a YouTube video. And this also really helps to establish your credibility, your thought leadership, and for people to look to you for your opinion on things within your industry, right? An example of this from my own YouTube channel is a video I created on why you shouldn't start a podcast and why you should start a YouTube channel instead. My hot take on podcasts versus YouTube channels, and why I think most people should actually be starting a YouTube channel and not a podcast. And I'll have a link to that and really every other video idea I talk about in this video down in the description. So I would probably just wait till the end to go down there and like click through and look at the different examples. But if you're curious where that is, or like you want to see the video for yourself, the link will be in the description. Number 2 are reaction videos. And I actually don't do a lot of these types of videos, but I really feel like I should incorporate more of them. But it's really just taking, maybe it's like a viral trend, a viral clip, a viral news that has gone around within your industry, and taking that and like reacting to it within your YouTube video, right? So this could be content on another platform. It could be content that you see floating around. It could be news that's floating around as it relates specifically to your niche, to your industry, and doing like a reaction video on that and reacting to it with your own thoughts. I actually, again, don't do a lot of these on my own YouTube channel, but this is a great idea, especially for some niches where it makes a lot more sense, where there's just a lot of updates and a lot of things that you can react to. And this can be a really great way to, again, it has nothing to do with being a tutorial, but really just provide engaging content for your ideal audience to stumble upon. Number 3 here is unpopular opinions. So this is kind of similar to that industry hot take, but instead of it being just like a trending topic that's happening and you're giving your stance on it, it's more so thinking about like what are misconceptions people have, or what are objections they might have, and what's your unpopular opinion as it relates to the thing that you do, right? So maybe it's something that maybe like people think you probably believe one way, but you actually believe a different way, right? Or maybe it's like as a whole in the industry for years, people have always done things this one way, but now you do it completely differently, and here's why. And an example of this from my own YouTube channel is I created a video on why business owners can't afford to ignore YouTube, and really my opinion on why I feel like most business owners are ignoring YouTube and they really can't afford not to, and breaking that down in that video. All right, video idea number 4 under this first section here is basically a behind the scenes on something you do in your business that's unique and a unique perspective that you have, but more so showing them how you do it, right? So this could technically be kind of a tutorial, but it kind of goes along with this idea of think about something that you physically do, whether it's the way you help your clients or the way you serve your students or the way you do things in your business that's different, and that you can give them a peek into how what you do is different from others in your niche or your industry that do the exact same thing that you do, and basically what makes you different, right? And give them a little behind the scenes into that. And these types of videos really help to establish like why you would be the go-to person for a certain type of ideal client that you have, right? So when they're watching the video, they're thinking, oh my goodness, I am obsessed with this person and the way they think about things and what they stand for, and I need to work with them, I need to buy from them, like whatever it is. And so I do want to mention here, if you're really serious about seeing growth on YouTube and turning those views that you get into subscribers, into sales for your business, more importantly, I would love to invite you to watch my completely free YouTube class all about scaling your business marketing with YouTube. I'll have a link to that down in the description. It's a super popular class. At this point, we've had thousands of people go through the class and absolutely love it. And so I think you're gonna absolutely love it as well. All right, so the second section here is creating videos on storytelling and case studies. So the first video idea that I have for you is to share a customer success story and create a video really highlighting that customer and how they used your framework, how they used your system, whatever it is, to achieve a certain result. And this could even be you interviewing that person, could be a portion of the video, or I mean, ideally you have like a written review at the very least of them sharing about their experience with you, and then you're walking people through how they achieved that result, whether it was what you did working together, or whether it was what they learned in your course, or how they downloaded your product and how it works, right? And that does a a really great job too at highlighting not only your customer and their success, but also highlighting your services, your offer, your products. Idea number 2 here is to share your personal journey. And so an example of this for me, and I think about like, what are those pivotal moments or what are those big moments in your business or your brand as it relates to what you do? And I shared a video on my YouTube channel, I believe it was last year, about why I quit my Instagram account at 100,000 followers. And I would say that is a great example of this right here, like thinking about my own personal brand journey and where I've come in my business and how I can share about a pivotal moment or a big moment and why, like what happened, what are the key takeaways and how it relates to my business and my offers. Number 3 here is challenges or experiments that you do in your business or that you do with your customers or your clients, right? And so thinking about like what are things that you can experiment with and then basically bring that experimentation to a YouTube video and share the results of it. I did this like a couple of years ago. I tried merging my YouTube channel and my podcast into one, basically doing like a video podcast and then re-airing that on my podcast as well. Basically sharing what was going on with that and why I was doing that. And then I later followed up and shared why I no longer do it. And that's why I'm so adamant about separating the two and not just simply re-airing a podcast onto YouTube, having YouTube first strategy. Go watch that free YouTube class. I talk more about it in there, but I basically brought that experiment, right, of merging those two and talked about it on my YouTube channel. All right, and then section number 3 here are video ideas on nurturing your community. And when I talk about these types of video ideas, these are really great for that hub style of content where it's really for your people and the people who have already found you, have fallen in love with you, nurturing the people who stumble upon you. And so the first type of video idea here is to do Q&A sessions. That's really a fun way to involve your audience, especially if your Instagram audience is pretty involved with you and like watches your YouTube content, or maybe you have an email newsletter that watches your YouTube content. Gather questions from them, gather their biggest questions that they have that they would love to ask you and go through and answer some of those in a YouTube video. I did this a while ago. I did an Instagram Q&A video. I'll have that linked below again with all the video ideas I've mentioned in this video. It was so fun to go through, and also it's really eye-opening because it helps you to see gaps in your content of what things people are asking, even if they are super involved and like super engaged with your content. Like what are the things that are still coming to mind that they want to ask you? And then it can also spur ideas for other videos that you can make in the future. All right, video idea number 2 is to collaborate with other YouTubers, okay? So either you can create a video, like you each create a video that you post on each other's channels. I've seen that done. Or you can simply collaborate in the same video. Maybe you open up the video, they provide content halfway through the video for like maybe a portion of the video, and then you're following up and then wrapping it up at the end. So there's really a lot of ways you can do this and collaborate, but this can be really great if you have maybe someone who has the same audience as you, but talks about a different topic or has a different niche, but you have very similar audiences, and you can collaborate in that way and get seen and get visibility in each other's channels. But it can be a great way to nurture your community, especially if they ask a question or ask a lot of questions on a topic that is not personally something that is your niche or your expertise. But you can bring someone in to help talk about that and help also gain exposure on each other's YouTube channels. All right, the number 3 here is to answer one of the most popular questions that you get from your audience in a YouTube video. This is honestly a super helpful thing to do because I find that when I get the same questions over and over and over and over again, it's very nice to just point people to a YouTube video and say, hey, I show you how to do it in this video. And an example of this for me is I get asked still to this day over and over again how I record video content where my phone is showing on the screen. It's like showing what I'm doing on my phone, and it's a screen recording that is edited in. And I get asked that so often that I made a tutorial on how I do that sort of thing and turn that into a YouTube video that has done really well on my channel. That can be a really great way to just nurture your audience, but also if they're asking that question, their chances are other people are asking that question too, who are your ideal audience who just haven't found you yet. They can stumble upon you and your video content in that way. And if you're still here and if you have never signed up for my free YouTube class before, the link's in the description. I would absolutely love to see you over there and for you to learn even more on how to scale your business with YouTube. And I'm actually also gonna pop on the screen over here a video that I did recently about my YouTube business strategy and exactly what I would do as a business owner in approaching YouTube and wanting to use it to grow my channel. So if you want a little taste of what I have to share about that first, you can also pop over to this video. Thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'll see you again in next week's video. Bye guys.